You know, we always think of high intelligence as this huge social advantage, right? But what if it's not? What if sometimes having a brilliant mind can actually lead to feeling, well, completely alone? That's the paradox we're diving into today.
It's a wild thought, isn't it? It totally flips the script on what we assume. I mean, intelligence is supposed to be the ultimate tool for success in life, but what happens when that very same tool makes one of the most basic human needs, just connecting with other people, feel almost impossible?
So where does this disconnect come from? Well, it's not really about being shy or socially awkward. Nope, the root of it is something way, way deeper. It all starts with how you actually see the world.
And I'm not just talking about being book smart or having a high IQ. This is about a fundamental difference in perception itself. It's like you're viewing reality through a completely different lens than most people.
Which brings us to this key idea, seeing the world in layers. What does that mean? Well, for a highly intelligent person, a simple sentence is never just a simple sentence. It's this whole web of meaning. You're seeing the assumptions behind it, the possible consequences, the emotional tone, maybe even the logical flaws, all at the same time. It's like you're seeing in 3D while everyone else is having a 2D conversation. It's a lot to process.
So naturally, when your brain is wired to see all that complexity, your needs change. You start to crave conversations that go just as deep. You know? The surface level stuff, it just doesn't feel satisfying anymore. And that craving for depth, well, that's where the trouble starts. This is the moment your complex inner world smacks right into the reality of everyday social rules. What's the biggest battleground? Oh, you guessed it, small talk. For most people, it's the social glue, right? It's how we connect. But if your mind sees the world in layers, small talk can feel, well, pointless, even agonizing.
And you can see why right here in this comparison. Small talk is all about following the script, exchanging surface-level facts to build a quick rapport. It serves a function, but a deeper conversation, that's about finding meaning. It's about spotting patterns, exploring big ideas. One feels like a checklist, the other feels like you're actually building something real together.
Okay, so small talk is a minefield. What's the next challenge? Well, this one happens completely inside your own head. Have you ever been in a totally simple conversation, but you feel like your brain is just running a million miles an hour, overthinking every little thing?
Yeah, there's a name for that. Analysis paralysis. It's when your brain gets so bogged down analyzing every single layer, the other person's tone, their exact words, the 50 different ways you could respond, the potential outcome of each of those responses, that you just freeze. You're so busy calculating the perfect reply that you end up saying nothing at all.
And it can become this really frustrating loop. It starts with something so simple, right? Step 1, someone says, "Hey, how's it going?" But then step 2, your brain just explodes, analyzing all the possible meanings and motives. Are they just being polite? Do they really want to know? Then step 3, you try to calculate the absolute best response. And what happens? Step 4, the moment's gone. The conversation has already moved on. Opportunity missed.
So you've got this struggle with small talk. You've got this analysis paralysis. What happens when this isn't just a one-time thing? What's the real consequence when this becomes your everyday social experience?
Look, we're talking about more than just feeling awkward at a party. When these missed connections pile up day after day, that unfulfilled need for real depth, it builds into something much heavier, a truly profound sense of being alone. It's that gut feeling that you're just operating on a totally different frequency from the rest of the world.
So, let's put it all together. It's a domino effect, really. You see the world in these complex layers, which means you need deep conversations. That need makes small talk feel totally unfulfilling. This struggle can lead to social analysis paralysis. And the end result of all of that? A constant, nagging search for connection that feels real. And that, right there, is the heart of this intellectual burden.
Which leaves us with a huge question, right? What do you do about it? Maybe the goal isn't to try and fix your brain or force yourself to fit in. Maybe the real challenge is to stop trying to fit in and start searching for where you truly belong. To find those people, those places where seeing the world in layers isn't a bug, it's a feature, where it becomes the very thing that builds the deep, meaningful connections you've been looking for.